Alright, hello everyone. I gotta turn that light on, gosh darn it. But oh well, who cares for now. Hope everyone's doing very well. Zetafly here, Z-Money32010, back at it again, playing some Madden. I got my really difficult game here tonight, playing #1 ranked the Patriots, who is my good friend Tebow. Of course, I'm always into the the practice games, the practice moments right before I get into the game. Holy crap, I can't wait to play. But yeah, right now I'm right on the cusp. I'm right on the cusp of the wild card. I'm in the wild card right now. I currently have a spot, but I have to keep winning. I have 2 games left. I have Patriots this week, who are 13-1, and then I have the 0-14 Dolphins to round out the season. So that should be almost a guaranteed win. And then this one, if I win this one, it's basically just playoff position at this point, which is really what I'm looking for. I'm trying to get to that 5th spot so I can, just so I can get in better playoff position. That 5th spot plays the Titans, so basically because the first 2 teams get buys in that first round, in the wild card round, then it's 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5. Obviously the 3 teams better than the 4 team, but even more so than that, the 4 team is the Titans, who have won the AFC South. And they are like 500 team, not very good. So if I can get them in the first game, and I'll play the 2nd place team in the divisional round rather than playing Tebow yet a 3rd time. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to here. So we'll kind of see how that goes, play that out in the way I can. Hopefully it goes pretty well. We'll see. That's a bad ball. On the plus side, I do got my boy Kevin White back this week. Hopefully that goes somewhat well. That should be a touchdown. Hopefully it is. But we'll see how this goes tonight. And apparently the over-under on me against Tebow is -14 on the Patriots winning this game. So 14.5 is the over-under right now. He's gonna beat him by more than 2 scores. Lose by 7, I'll be happy, but I want to win this game. A win here would cement me in the playoffs, give me nothing to really worry about. So that'd be pretty big for me. But let me get one good play here. Power G just doesn't really work very well because it feels like everything gets a little bundled up too quick. That's running at Linval Joseph. That doesn't work very well. The team I'm playing today, well, Patriots also having Ndamukong Suh, a very stout run defense. So I'm gonna need to figure something else out. We're gonna have to for that. Again, Braxton Berrios has been playing out of his mind for me lately, so having him and mixed with Kevin White, Kenny Stills, and Demaryius Thomas is a pretty good 4 receivers I have. I can't lie. I do enjoy what my receiving core has really turned into. Let me get one last solid play here. Let's see if we can get max protect. Get the ball out to him here. Go win it. Nope, couldn't win it. That's his back foot. Threw the ball like 40 yards off his back foot. Touchdown, I will end it. Ender on that one. Let's get into the game here. Let me just turn that light on real quick. 1 second. Get on the pillow. It's even funnier. Alrighty. Here we go. This is a big one here. Hopefully this one goes pretty well. It actually gave me a lot more light than I thought it would. Last time we wore the old AFC anniversary uniforms too, so that was pretty sweet. But let's see how this one goes for now. I need a good win out of this one. I should be hopping on soon. My good buddy Tebow. You guys probably know Tebow from me and him playing together all the time in Fortnite. We also played this right when it came out. We played this together for a long time, man. Just kind of working out the bugs and figuring out what works and what doesn't. Apparently, he figured it out pretty damn quick. Me, it took me a little bit. I mean, every game I've played has been tight. Like, every game I've played. I was going over it the other day, and I was thinking about how many, like, one-score games I've had, or, like, 3-point games I had, which is still a one-score game, I know. But, like, 10-point games, I've had 1 or 2. There he is. There's my dude. Here we go. What's he wearing? Ah, he's wearing the old school Reds. Oh boy. I'm glad he remembered. We're just all on that same wavelength, I suppose. Here we go. Back at it again. It's funny because the comparisons really aren't that far off on a lot of the things that we do.
Well, the radar says the heavy stuff still a few hours away, but snow is
playing in this
as we near kickoff at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough.
Oh, boy.
The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready
like
to
I haven't
received,
like the opening game
England Patriots. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Got my money on you, so you better win. Dylan, I'm sorry, brother. I hope you didn't put a whole lot. We'll see how this goes. I'm confident I can win, but things have to go my way.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Got some hot tea with me, too.
On second down, here's Bortles. He's going to loft one deep. And got his man complete. They give him a gain of 37.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than a defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. About 3 yards there to the 27.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
That's on my left. Got him.
Now some movement before the snap.
It's on him or me.
And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Bortles. Over the middle, he gets it to Barrios. And down inside the 15 he goes. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And into the red zone now. And Charles, they told us, offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
They go play action here on first down. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumble. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Patriots.
They fumble on that play every time now. Like this never
a little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here we go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
They go back to Murray on first down. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Black Hell! Black
Kaiser now from the 50. Looking deep downfield. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he's in. Touchdown. Patriots. J.J. Nelson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good.
Why is Cheryl's back, dude?
Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. Here comes Cheryl's. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the...
Hold on, gotta change that, because I don't know why the hell Cheryl's is back returning kicks. Yep, that's fine there. Weird. I got Kevin White back and it like changed everything in my thing.
32-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head
like
back
that.
onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
Yeah. And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited.
This is one of those
lateral type runs,
defenses that he's gonna have more in the
box
every down.
Just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Bortles to throw on second down. He gets it to James White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Tyron Smith.
Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down.
This couldn't have been a worse time for my best lineman to get hurt.
They just didn't get any points.
Not only is it 2 weeks away from playoffs, but he has...
You don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score every single drive in a game. But they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make them even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Vontaze Burfict. In from his linebacker spot, he's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! White 90! White 90!
From the gun, Kaiser. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Flex round! Flex round!
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And the pressure gets to him again. William Hayes in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Well,
so on 4th down, here's
can't get many better defensive possessions than that.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Save us.
That's taken inside his own 40. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Calais Campbell on the stop.
It's going to be a tough game, man. That was my only plus I had was at left tackle. Now that might be my biggest minus. Yeah.
380! 380! 380!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls.
I had the numbers on that one.
I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Hey, 54, Ricky!
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Goes underneath here to White. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A good pickup there, a 22. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted.
He baited the shit out of me there. I wasn't quite sure how he flipped the hips that quick to get back to the middle.
He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
I thought I had that perfectly read, man. That was a great user play. Holy crap. Oh, this is the same one that Dylan ran at me.
Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey.
That's the same one he ran at me.
For about 4 up to the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That's the play I ran against Dylan.
And New England has a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Ohio! Ohio! Let's go! Grand 38!
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Lets it go for Nelson. And they went for a big play through the air on second down.
Boy.
Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
On third down, Kaiser.
That's
on the dive, and
bull.
he has it. What a catch. That one good for 13.
That's a pick.
New England first down.
I know it looks like fun to guys like you and me. We're up here in the booth and to everyone watching on television, but are you kidding me? In the snow, that type of a play, in the cold, you know that had to hurt to make that play.
I'm just mad he didn't make a snow angel while he was down there. Opportunity missed.
Wow.
Dashing through the snow.
A play that doesn't register leads to that, man. That's crazy.
New England. Tampa Gabriel, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Patriots add on to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away.
That's a pick.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. On the left side, this is Stills. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. That's exactly what he got done there.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here's Bortles to throw. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception.
These openers to my game, man, just haven't been very good.
On the run, it's Pumphrey.
And I'm just missing tackles now. I'm playing awful. Digging myself more holes lately. Just digging myself holes.
His 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And here come the Bills. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are
Stop
sputtering
playing
right now.
man.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
I have a superior offensive line. He's going cover 4 with a 3-man rush. I'm just not getting there. He's obviously mixing and stuff, but.
Shotgun now for Bortles. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Oh.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. To throw, it's Bortles. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Patriots take over. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot.
I just broke it, your toy.
And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back.
Look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it.
Second down, Kaiser. Eluding the pressure right. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there, the New England first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Kaiser on first down. Caught by Nelson left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Letting one go deep for the... And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Chris Conley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Can you believe
he's
it?
struggling with
He
the kicks
misses
today, huh?
another one, his 3rd so far.
I don't know if he's doing it on purpose. I really hope he's not, but.
Here's Hauschka now to kick it away.
Man, do I got to figure it out? I don't know.
This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time.
I did it again to myself, man.
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. The 4-time All-Pro, J.J. Watt.
That opening drive fumble
Here on 3rd and long.
really set the tempo for what this game was going to be. Really did.
Now Bortles. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
play with that middle backer on the right side.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles.
J.J. Watt's going to eat that dude alive.
Take it
Push
down.
up.
Bortles sacked. So we've reached halftime here at
Nothing I can do,
Gillette
man.
Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach.
Guys,
thank
got
you.
my
Welcome
number.
Everyone back for quarter number 3.
Here we go. Sorry, boys and girls. Excuse me for a second. Apparently, it doesn't want to cooperate for a second. So 1 second. Let me figure this out here. Should be hooking up to this right now. Every once in a while, it just loses its, I don't know, connection maybe to my. To my streaming platform. So hopefully that can fix it here. Get this back on track. It shouldn't be actually working right now, so I don't know why it's doing this. Sorry, boys and girls. There we go. Should be fixed now. There we go. Sorry about that, everyone. That should be good. Man, oh man. We got like the Odessa Permian speech at halftime here. You think you've got it made? Yeah. Yeah. Taylor Gabriel. It's one of those things, man. He's got it all figured out, and I just could not get it going today. Hey, man, Tyron Smith went down early, and I was like, all right, what am I really playing for here? He's bringing down the safety and coverage here. Run stop. What can you do? Yeah, all I'm doing really is just getting everyone hurt on his side so they don't have more playoffs. That's what I came in thinking, I didn't want to win. What is that? I don't win in this game. I'm glad 11 people tuned in for this one. Oh boy. Man, this guy. Hmm? Oh boy. Oh, we got some kind of holding call up front. Oh, don't you know? I even slanted it to him. I slanted it to him. They're just like, nah, it ain't working. Sorry, dude. Oh boy. Fake punt. All right, so he's back at you know, 0 yards rushing. So now I can be okay. Oh boy. This just wasn't it today. Cardinal sin. Oh man. Ah, I needed an extra half second. That is a ghost situation if I've ever seen it. Like I'm getting the ball out like on the third step, and it's just not enough time, which is wild because I'm sliding to it. Like it's out on the third step. It's just not needed to be out on the second step, I guess. That's into the forelock. He threw that ball into my zone with a man-to-man coverage over it, and you know, oh boy, I think it's time to start pulling my starters pretty soon. What is going on? Can't even get the ball over the line of scrimmage. My most productive play is the QB scramble. Not even gonna give me the first down there. Come on. That's one thing I know about him that he does. And I just wasn't able to strongly put that into effect. Is he likes to dive that linebacker he uses into the line early downs. I just wasn't able to take advantage of it really. See, my route that I ran to get open, he just scored on. Same thing that just happened there on that. I threw that one too. What? Oh my god. Stretch. Short. .12 mile per hour wind. Well, if I had any pride before this game. Talk about a drive for pride here. Yo, JJ Watt has blocked about 12 of my passes today. At the line of scrimmage. Like, it hasn't even let the ball get anywhere near my guys. JJ Watt has literally just sat there and been like, all right, and grab. And there. Okay. Gosh, JJ, just cut it out. Be a kind person. Thought I had the room. Oh, Jesus. Well, this was fun. Now Tebow's just rooting for me to make the playoffs so he can kick my ass one more time. Man. Well, always next week. Oh, shit. Talk about an ass whooping. Man, talk about having my number. You know, the first game I played him a lot tougher than that. And this one was he had his backups in. He didn't play Brady. He didn't play Devontae Freeman. Like he benched a lot of guys, and he just said, "All right, well, doesn't really matter. I'm still gonna kick your ass all up and down the field." Sorry, me and Tebow are talking about the ass whooping he just gave me now. Three. Sorry, let me go to the AFC here. He's in, obviously, AFC North winner. It's the first wild card. I am the second wild card as of right now. The Broncos win the West. Yeah, Broncos won the West, and then the Chargers. If the Chargers win, did I beat the Chargers? I have to check that because if the Chargers, I can't remember what the deal is with the Chargers. I don't know if I beat them or not. I lost the Chargers. Oh shit, that might have knocked me out of the playoffs. That quite potentially knocked me out of the playoffs. So let's check that out real quick. So he won the East. He won the North. That's the first wild card. I'm the second wild card right now. But the Chargers hasn't played yet. Bengals are 9-6, so they've played. So Chargers haven't played yet. Broncos have played, and they're 9-4-1. So that put them above me. I'm sorry, no, because they're the first. One of those teams is the first wild card team right now. The Broncos, if it ended today, the Broncos would be in first place. I'm 10-5. They're 9-5. So, the Chargers. So say I should go 11-5. Who do? Let's check who the Chargers play these next couple weeks. Chargers have Ravens and Broncos. Ravens and Broncos. And he beat me by 3. Broncos are damn good, so I need the Broncos to beat them. And the Ravens are pretty darn good too. So if those two teams win, yeah, that's basically what I have to hope for from here on out. I have to win, and then he has to lose to the Broncos and Ravens. Now let's see if the Broncos. I don't know if I played the Broncos. I don't think I did. Yes, I didn't play the Broncos. So let's say he wins out. He wins out. That puts him at 11-5. Yep, that would put him at 11-5. The Broncos play him this week, and then that's the Chargers-Broncos game, week 16. Chargers-Ravens. The Broncos play the Raiders, and I don't think the Raiders are very good. So my best bet. If the Broncos win this week, if the Broncos were to beat, that's week 17 though. Chargers play Ravens this week. So if the Chargers lose this week, they go to 9-6. I'm at 10-5. If I beat the 0-15 Dolphins, I'm in the playoffs. If I were to lose, I'm sorry. If the Chargers won out, we would both be 11-5. They would win the tiebreaker because they beat me. If the Broncos win out, they'd be 10-4-1, 11-4-1. And that would put them above me at 11-5. And that would give them one loss, putting them at 10-6. Okay. So I gotta hope the Chargers lose at least one. Gotta hope they lose one. That's a tough one to ask for. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I wish I gave you a better product, but at least you saw how good Tebow is. But stay tuned for the next game, Week 17 game that will ultimately decide my playoff fate, and then you'll see some me in the divisional, the wild card game, and hopefully that's a good battle. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure I'll be practicing up for that one. So until next time, fellas, thank you. Have a good night.